Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
I think I'm on. I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're all on.
We're going.
I didn't set my mic right. Good morning.
Morning. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, Mayor Fletcher. It's the County Voice with Mayor Chris Fletcher and our special guest, Alexa Boedeker.
Say it right. No.
Boedeker. It's like whenever you were in Sunday school and you're learning the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, my teacher always said, Shadrach, Meshach, and a bed we go. Boedeker.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm so glad to have everybody here on Tuesday, March 19th for the County Pulse.
Isn't it cool?
It's so cool. It's so
What'd
fun.
you call it a while ago?
I don't know.
Can't remember. That's okay.
I don't remember what I said.
But I'm excited to have Alexa here. You're running
Thank
for
you.
place 2?
Place 3.
Place 3.
Yes.
Yes, it is place 3.
Yes.
Excuse me. So yeah, that's a neat deal, and we're going to get with you on that. Wanted to touch on a few things. We're going to go over the agenda from last night, and you was there. So if you got any input on that, that'd be great. I was privileged last week. I didn't have the show, and that was because I was in D.C. to the National League of Cities conference.
Oh,
and
boy.
that was very eye-opening. We had one of the things that I got to go to was a lot of the workshops that we had the mayors get together, and that went down the road of education, how to get new teachers going, how to pay for them, and stuff like that. And then another thing that happened is one of the council members of Grandview, Mary Welch, she is now on one of the committees for the NLC for small towns. And I went to her workshop, and there was a couple other things. Our guest speaker was Joe Biden.
Boy.
Yes, I got to listen to him. DC is just an amazing place. The master ballroom where he spoke would probably seat 1,000 people, and it's on the 4th level below ground.
Oh, wow.
And this is like 30-foot ceilings in this thing, 4 stories down. And I was sitting here all the time he was speaking. I'm sitting here looking at this room and how they did all that. But that was a great trip. Now, at night, Nancy and I went on a tour of the monuments. And if you hadn't been to D.C. and take that, you got to take that tour, because we went to the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Monument. The Jefferson thing was amazing, but it's at night and all the scenes. We went to Arlington Cemetery. That's all lit up. So if you want to get in touch with your country and feel the Hiroshima statue with the flag and the 6 soldiers, there's actually 13 hands on it. Now there's 6 guys, that's 12 hands, but there's 13 hands on the flag, and that represents the hand of God.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That is cool, and that is something that I highly recommend. So that's it. I was glad I went.
That's awesome.
The agenda review, I'd like to go over that. We did that last night. Had a thing going on. You'll be seeing these. But what I want to talk about is some of the items we had. We're going to get past the consent agenda. And one of the things that we wanted to do was a public hearing right next to the city market, attached onto that same strip center. That's going to be the new 1611 Golf Club. And
is that like where Dollar General used to be, or what?
That's where it was.
Okay.
They're going to redo the front. That's all going to look great. But they do serve liquor, and the school is 300 feet away. So we had to approve a change in that ordinance to get that done. And I want to explain to it, behind City Market, that's a vacant lot. It's not right next to the school. So the variance had to be made for that. And this isn't a bar either. This is simulators, golf simulators, and training and tournaments and stuff of that nature. They don't have live bands and stuff like this. I don't think they do. So that was a kind of an easy thing to go on that. And then we had something, we had stuff to do with the election. Amanda went through that. We approved her needs on that election. Alex, 380 agreement with one of our future Sprouts. Everybody knows.
I'm so excited about
the women are
Sprouts
getting
coming.
all excited about Sprouts. That's going to be a neat deal on the south side of town.
Where is it going to be?
It's going to be on the side right off of Wilshire, 174.
So just south of the where
Kroger's.
Kroger is.
Oh, okay.
So the new
Joshua,
apartments
almost.
are right behind
Okay.
where it's going. It's going to be incredible though, because I don't know about you, but I don't like having to drive to Arlington or Fort Worth to go and get, well, my fruits and veggies. That's what I like to get there.
Organic. You like organic?
It does serve.
Why
a
is this
person.
better? Why is Sprouts better?
Okay, so when I go
We
to
got an
Sprouts,
expert over here.
I'm
I
going to
was
give my
like,
opinion on this, and because every once in a while I'll dabble. I'm not going to call it a diet because I'm not good at diets, but I'll dabble with the diet of clean eating, meaning no preservatives. Basically, it is like eating organic foods, and so I would go to Sprouts, but by the time, because when I go grocery shopping, because I hate going grocery shopping, I buy a lot at a time. The problem is that whenever I get back, I don't have time to eat all that food. Like I can't
Right.
consume that much food.
Right.
And so I'll end up throwing part of it away, which my husband will tell you, yes, you throw too much away. But with the Sprouts being right there,
You
I
don't have
could
to buy
go
as much.
right in, get what I want,
There you go.
and then come back. But it is, but they've got like goat's milk bath soaps, hygiene type things.
Oh, my.
I'm not big. I mean, they do, and it's so good. And then this is what you're gonna like, Mayor. This is what you're gonna like. They have these chocolate covered almonds
I mean,
that are better than anything
peanut
else.
butter M&M. Somebody they buy me peanut butter Snickers at City Hall,
Yeah.
and they ordered a big bag of them because everybody up there likes to eat them. Someone took the bag.
They took the whole bag?
Yeah. Monica comes up to me last night and said, Mayor said, I'm sorry, I don't have any peanut butter Snickers for you tonight, because they leave a little bowl with a
Right.
peanut butter M&M. Everybody watches me eat them every once in a while, but they'll leave a couple of peanut butter Snickers in there. He said, I'm sorry. I said, we don't have any. He said, okay, well, that's okay. That's fine. I said, why do we not have any? He said, somebody stole the bag.
Oh, man.
So, there's a thief in City Hall. There you go.
Well,
Ooh,
when
new
Sprouts
scandal.
opens up, you do have to try the chocolate covered
will.
almonds. They're phenomenal. The one that I enjoy, I went to Champions Real Estate School in Fort Worth, and it was right across the parking lot. And so they would give us these breaks, and it's like, oh, let's run over there, and we're going to try it out, And so I got stuck on these chocolate almonds, and they're just amazing. So
Nancy's got me on a gluten-free, and it really does work. The only thing that I can tell the difference about is I love pasta, and gluten-free pasta is
It's gross.
tougher.
Oh.
No, no, it's not gross,
but it is helpful.
but it's tougher.
Right.
The noodles are a little tougher than a good noodle. Okay. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
So we're getting Sprouts over by
Yes,
Kroger. So
yes, we are.
as a native Burleson, what do we call Burlesonite? What do we? I don't know.
We're
Yeah, we're
Burlesonite.
Burlesonites.
As a native, anything past John Jones in my book is considered Joshua. So I'm like, oh, we're getting Kroger and Joshua.
Well,
Do you know how far we go into Joshua?
I know
Brunch
now,
house?
but it's just weird to me. I'm like, wow,
It
man,
really
that's
is.
really
I
far.
mean, poor old Joshua kind of got hit from both sides.
Oh, yeah.
They were nanos.
it's very
We're getting
squished.
squished.
Yes.
But anyway, that's funny.
So then moving along here, y'all's going to get off track several times before this show is over.
No, you've got a plan in front of you.
you've
We
got
want,
to
we
stick
want,
to the
we got
plan.
a plan.
Stick to the plan.
Okay. We also talked about our communication between our police departments and a little bit about the failure we had in communication because of the county towers. So we're switching over to a cell type phone that when the towers go down, we have a backup. The fire department already has that. So that's an important deal. We went over.
That was kind of, I will admit, that was a little alarming to hear that we were down how many minutes?
Oh, it wasn't minutes. It was hours. But we
Hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So having something there is a backup plan in place so we don't leave people out there with houses burning and the police be able to get there. That's kind of scary.
Well, we thought we had redundancy on this, and we didn't. And
Mhm.
so the city manager, we've been in part of several meetings how to get this thing fixed, because when it went down, they really didn't know why it went down.
Mhm.
And Motorola was in the middle of this, and they couldn't figure it out. And we voiced our opinion on this. This is the fix, because but the problem we had, we just bought brand new radios for the police department.
Okay.
So we are getting some trade in on that and moving over. We got to move over to make sure we have redundancy on this system.
Right.
So that was good. And then we had our deputy city manager, Harlan Jefferson, a new guy doing a great job. He went over our CIP plan, explained that, more details on that. Then we had what was I can't remember. Oh, this was the radio on the agenda. It was number 5. We already talked about that. And let's see, we had our bookkeeping audited, which we do, I think, every other year. I'm not sure. And we got a A+ on our bookkeeping.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, they had the new software we have, and I'm assuming this. We got new accounting software a couple of years back, and I believe that really is valuable to us when we get these audits to help us on the money. Number 7, Eric Oscarson gave this out. He's our second deputy city manager. He came and what this is about is how engaging our employees and keeping them. It's so hard to retrain and to get good employees that when we have good employees, we need to keep them. So he's going through the mentoring program, education program to help people move up within the ranks. And I was really, back when I owned the business, I don't know what it is now, but back when I owned the business, employees didn't stay for the main reason of just money. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's about relationships. Did they like the job? Did they enjoy what they was doing? Did they like other people around there? When I had Texas Overhead Door, when I sold out, I had it for 30 years, and we had not quite 50 employees, and we had 15 of them hitting their 20th anniversary. So that's how you do that. Now, we had a store in Magnolia, and we couldn't mimic that same attitude outside of Houston. It's got to be a desire to work together and do things. So
and feeling valued. That's what was coming across to me last night.
You heard that.
I am a business owner, and that's one thing that I have 3 girls that work with me, and I want them to feel valued,
Right.
because the one, Gabby, she actually wanted to come with me today, but I told her no. But Gabby, before she leaves every day, I want her to know she's worth it. Like, I want you to call and say, hey, I'm on my way,
Yeah.
and I can watch her behaviors and see that, okay, maybe I need to be a little gentler. Come on. What are we going to do? Because, well, our ultimate goal is to get out there and produce the business, So feeling valued and staying with, knowing that you have ability to grow and build up. And that's exactly what he was saying last night. So yeah, kudos to him. Great job.
Well, and I'm telling you, Tommy, our new city manager, has really knocked it out of the ballpark on this. And I'm changing up, the chamber's having their the state of the city luncheon here pretty soon. And instead of us getting up there and just rattling what we have done, I wanted to hold our directors up more. Okay. So we're going to have a panel, and I'll be asking questions of all of our directors. And I can't imagine having this job without the quality of people that we have.
Right.
You listen to some of these other towns and the headaches they're going through. I don't have that problem. I've got people that know their job. They want to be there, and they're just invaluable, just all the way up from the city manager down to the public works guys, the whole thing. We have really got a good group of people up there right now.
Yes.
And I can't say enough about our fire department and our police department. So it's all good. And then the last thing, our deputy city manager, Harlan, he's our lead on our finance. And he came back with our investment program on our money that has to be there to be available to us, but they invest it to make it
money market accounts and so on.
There you go. So that was it. It was a good meeting. Then we went in executive session for a little while, and we're done. So I want to know about you. Okay.
Okay.
So are you a Burleson kid?
No, actually, I grew up in Mesquite, Texas, and proud graduate of North Mesquite High School. And I attended Texas A&M Commerce, and I married a Cleveland boy, and this is where we landed.
I think my great grandfather was a founding member of Texas A&M Commerce, like it was East Texas.
It was East Texas State.
Yeah.
And I can tell stories about that. And there are pictures to show that I proudly wore East Texas State University sweatshirts from the time I was tiny. and then thinking that I was going to East Texas State University, A&M bought them out.
Yeah.
And here's
Trauma.
a problem that I have. So when I got to A&M Commerce in 2000, the big change had happened.
Mhm.
We are now A&M, and it's like, but I'm not an Aggie.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
does come full circle, but it's like, I'm not an Aggie.
Mhm.
Like I didn't want to be an Aggie. Well, we had a protest. Okay. This was a 1998-ish protest. Okay. And we went and stood out around the big lion in the middle of Texas A&M Commerce, and we chanted, I am not an Aggie. I am not an Aggie. That was a riot.
That's funny.
Okay. And nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
Everything was good. But that was my big protest.
Sure.
But later on,
She's not a politician, is she?
but it does all come full circle because I do have a 20-year-old daughter that is currently a senior at Texas A&M College Station. And so now, I told her we are getting ready for her ring ceremony and all the festivities that go along with that. And I'm like, I really do deserve an Aggie mom ring because
Yeah.
it's really maroon in my house now.
Yeah.
You've
You've earned it now.
I have earned it,
For
not
sure.
just for tuition.
How
But
do you,
I-
how do you, okay, that's the reason you earned it because you brought up tuitions. If you
Tuition
pay
and,
that much, you can have maroon in your house.
I have I do. We have the cute little gnomes and so on. And Jill over at City Market, she'll have an Aggie thing every once in a while, and I go and grab that, and it's like, well, I have to have it, because it does say Texas A&M on it. So yes, so we've come full circle. Yes, I have a 20-year-old at Texas A&M right now.
Okay.
She'll graduate in December. And then I have a 17-year-old son that is at Joshua High School. He is a junior, proud ag student.
Mhm.
We're not sure where he's going to go yet. We're either going military or he would like to be a pilot,
Well, that'd be good.
or he could be at A&M, or he could be at Angelo State. Sky's the limit, kid. What do you want to do? Like, we'll make it happen.
Literally.
Yes.
No space,
yes.
just the sky. You can be a
Ex-
pilot, just not an astronaut.
Yeah, I don't know how he would do with the lack of gravity. Like he does. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole different story. We can go on.
I'm just making jokes.
But and then I have a husband I've been married to. Like I said, he's my Cleburne boy that I got out of Cleburne. He is a school administrator in Cleburne ISD. We've been married for coming on 24 years. And that's pretty much it, how we ended up in Johnson County. We are a very proud family in Johnson County. A couple of us. And but that we've been here. This is our home. We've lived here since 2000. He got the Dallas girl to Burleson, and our first house over on Alsbury. It's still the cutest little house.
Oh, yeah.
And once we started having children, we ended up where we are now, and we're one of the oddballs that we don't fit the statistics in the fact that we've lived in our house for 17 years.
That's pretty
So
good.
we just don't want to move.
Yeah.
So
We've been in
But-
ours over 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents bought our house, or my family home, when I was 6 months old. That was 39 years ago. We're still there.
We were the
Wow.
fourth house in Oak Valley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so been a while.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I do have, Tiffany and I were talking about it earlier. I did teach in Burleson for 5 years. I've been out, I believe, 14 years now. I had a small business in Old Town, a little boutique called Sassy Frass, which was how I met Tiffany. And then I've been in real estate since 2017. And it's just an incredible adventure. We're gonna put it on that.
When you say Team Boedeker, the realtor thing, are
Mhm.
you're the broker? Are you a broker?
I
or-
am not a broker.
Okay.
I recently switched brokerages and am now with We Sell Texas, which is a Johnson County based brokerage out of Grandview. But I formed my team, which I'm the team lead on, and there are a total of 4 of us. myself being the team lead. I have Gabby George. She's originally from Mansfield. I have Kelsey Thompson from right here in Johnson County. And then Bethany Finstead, and she also lives in Johnson County as well.
Excellent.
So, but we get out there and try to do what we can and try to sell some houses.
Awesome.
So,
How's the market?
uh, the market is still we're in an interesting market right now. I can say that I've been on the roller coaster ride for a while. The market right now, we need more houses to sell,
Really?
and with that, here comes buyers. And yeah, do you want to go on that? We can get on that train track real quick. There's still lots of growth. I sit on the Texas Realtors Public Policy for Infrastructure, which hits really hard on water, wastewater, and roadways. With that, I've learned an extraordinary amount of information about the growth. Something that really stood out, there are 1,300 new humans to Texas per day. 49% of that are babies being born right here. 21% is people coming in from Texas to make their home. 20% are people that have dispersed throughout the state. So it ends up.
What do you mean?
So 20%, that 20%, they're coming into Texas to live here from other states.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't say that right. From other states and other countries. You've got 21% and 20% that are coming in from other states or from other countries. And, you know, being a proud Texan, if you're not from here, you know, you are foreign.
Yeah.
No, but we'll welcome you. So come on. We just need to make sure that we have water for everyone.
That's an issue.
It's a big issue. And until last year, in March, I had the opportunity to go to the Capitol, and there were approximately 3,500 realtors that came. If you ever want to see and really try to fathom how large the state of Texas is, bring a bunch of realtors together. And we were there to talk about issues and policies that we would like to have put into place, and things that I thought was important when you talk about infrastructure, like make sure I have my Wi-Fi.
Sure.
That's what I need to survive on.
Right.
Well, there were parts of Texas that, guess what? They're out of water.
Yeah.
There's no more water available for them.
Yeah, a lot.
And what happens is all of that starts taxing all of us.
Sure.
We need water. We need electricity. We need infrastructure to get from one place to the other as far as roads. Wi-Fi is something
that's a luxury.
Yeah. But at the same time, we've managed to get Wi-Fi to places since 2020, places that didn't even think they would ever have Wi-Fi. We've got it. But there are some big issues that are coming our way. One comparison that was made, you know, we thought that the downfall of ERCOT during the big Snowmageddon was a big deal. When we run out of water, that's going to be astronomical.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I agree 100%. We grow. We do. We got businesses wanting to be here, but we got to be mindful of how much water they're going to use. Now, this isn't in Burleson, but the bit mining.
Yes.
That takes a ton of water and a ton of electricity.
Right.
Should that even be here? So, I mean, is it a cash cow for us enough to jeopardize our water supply?
Right.
And that's not Burleson. That's not going to be made up, but that's not going to be our decision.
Right.
But there's a lot of things. We got manufacturing coming in that requires a lot of water. And I'm worried about the day when we get our water from, and our sewage goes back to Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
Is there going to be a day when Fort Worth says, you know, we need our own water?
We've got to have it over here. We can't send it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't send it to y'all.
And that's part of the city and the county that you have to think 20 to 30 years out.
Yes.
You know, it takes that long to get a reservoir. I mean, at least that long if everything falls in place.
Right.
So.
And the interesting parts, and like I said, this was very new to me within the past 2 months. the interesting parts is we do have aquifers. We do have underground water that you and I don't see. It doesn't mean
Sure.
anything to us, but those aquifers,
Getting low.
it's getting low.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting low.
And we're going to go. We got about 40 seconds to our break. So we're going to get into the election part of it when we get back.
Okay.
Can you handle that?
I can handle it.
How you doing? You okay? You doing okay?
I'm good over here. I'm ready to go.
You're about the bubbliest thing I've seen. So yeah, this has been great. The issues we'll be talking about is why you're running. Anything else you want to go? Okay.
We'll hear
Okay.
more in 3
Okay.
minutes.
Good deal.
Yeah, nowhere but Texas.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
The voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Nowhere but Texas, that's where I'll be. Get home's the answer to all my dreams. I know one thing, God calls me. Nowhere but Texas is where I'll be.
Joco Community Radio is a member of EMG, a radio and podcast collective proudly serving communities like Johnson and Tarrant County, Texas. We are live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network and our station app. Check out our lineup and more at tuneinjoco.com. We thank our valued partners in helping us amplify the voices of our communities. You heard the commercials. Be sure to connect with Todd Hurd and Associates, attorneys at law. Use code JOCO 2024 for 25% off your first order at thetiffy.com. And join the Swipe Nation today and save on your credit card processing at swipenationusa.com, locally owned and operated. Reach out to Tiffany at joco@jococommunityradio.com for your advertising rates as low as $50 a month. Can't get much better than that. And welcome back to the second half of the County Pulse with Mayor Chris Fletcher and special guest Alexa Boedeker.
We're going to get it down. You're going to know this.
I'll get there. Welcome back.
Excellent. Excellent. And I want to give a shout out to Tim Davis, one of our sponsors. That's really been helpful to me. He's been there for me every time I've turned around. He's a great guy, big heart, big guy too.
Can I plug him for a second too? He is, Alpha and Omega. They're the ones that many of us in the real estate industry, that's who we go to take care of all of our properties. But on top of that, he has the best hay that you can get.
I've never had that plug before.
No, he does. And literally you can text him and say, Tim, I need 10 bells. What can we do here? And he'll get you set up. Like, I've never actually had to go. Like, he meets the driver, gave me the driver for one. And so they coordinate and they get my hay delivered out. And it is the best. My horses are fat and happy. So
that's awesome.
I tell you, there's nothing like hearing. He's got a granddaughter that's got it just wrapped around her
the
little
June
finger.
bug.
Yeah, June bug. And I heard calling the cattle up. You heard you say it where she calls
sweetest
the cattle?
things. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, no. So you're running for place 3.
Yes.
Why?
You didn't say it quite condescending, because I've had a couple of people say, why would you want to do that? Multiple reasons. So I attend a lot of the city council meetings over the years.
You're also on one of the boards.
Yes, I sit on 2 boards, the 4B, and then I also sit on the City Impact Committee that you appointed me to this last year. And it was pretty crazy because that lined up with, like I said, this Austin trip that I took to the Capitol, and then getting involved with infrastructure, beyond Burleson. Both have been really exciting. I can say, since I've been on 4B, probably the biggest thing has been approving for Heim Barbecue and Razoo's coming in.
Isn't that neat?
Oh my gosh, watching it all come to fruition,
Be a part of it
is
I agree.
Amazing. As I said earlier, I had my small business, my store there in Old Town, and it was before all of Old Town. I'm going to say it just bloomed one day. I was there during the roundabout being installed, but we don't have to talk about that today. It is functioning, and that's great. But that was honestly how I got linked up with the city of Burleson. There was a comment made that I did tell them, hey, give me a pink hard hat and I'll make sure these guys get this thing done because it's affecting my business.
Yeah.
And I was very intent on that.
Keep going.
I didn't have to do it. But so I was there as a part of that. But when Alex Phillips came on and Drew Pennywell came on, they came into my store, and I'm going to tell you, I was not real inviting to them.
Sure.
It was like, I have lost so much of my business, and now you're wanting me to promote this. What? But Alex, in his ways, he is good people. And when you talk about a true diamond for the city of Burleson, that's Alex Phillips. And I will stand on that. And I have told him before. But when they're like, Alexa, what would you think about this? Like, we discussed the plaza going in. We discussed about all of that, many times. And it was exciting. But I was like, it's not going to happen. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
Y'all
okay.
are dreaming big. Whatever. Y'all just put a roundabout in and it took you forever. But anyway, so now sitting back, going on I'm going to say about 8 years later, seeing it all come to fruition and sitting on the 4B and approving those, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's really happened. Like, there is truly a large chess set sitting out in this open green area for everyone to enjoy. It's exciting.
Mhm.
I've gone down and participated when they've done activities from the brick. I went and did Zumba one night in the plaza. That was incredible.
I bet.
Okay. And I'm not going to claim that I could keep up with them, because there were some sassy people out there doing Zumba in the plaza. So it's really awesome to watch all of that come to, and to think that, oh, I had a little bit to do with that.
Sure.
So that's my 4B. I'm excited about that. And then the City Impact committee again. That was several weeknights that we got together. Eric Thompson, he probably would not come over here and get on a microphone. He's very quiet, but he made sure that the 7 of us that were on this committee, we knew what the issues were. We knew plans on how we could make some changes, and then being able to switch gears and think of it as a citizen as well. It was innovative. It was a learning time. I was a sponge and just took it all, the other cool part was, yes, you appointed me to that committee, but I was nominated and elected as the chair for that one. Learning how that side works and the impact again on water, wastewater, and roadways, and the fact that things wear out over time.
Yeah.
Did we do some increases on some fees and so on for the developers? Yes.
So,
but it had to be done because it's going to fail at one point.
Sure. And so because you have all this background now, you've had all these experiences, so now you're like, let's level up, right? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
So you're ready to level up.
Let's go and help implement these plans. Let's keep people on their toes. I am notorious. If you tell me that this needs to be done by a certain date, it's going to be done, and if it's not, why not?
Yeah.
Because it does affect us as a city.
Sure.
Something that I
you have personal experience of it affecting your own personal business, so how important that is to finish on time or get things done under budget or on budget or whatever the situation is. Right?
Yes, I like the word pivot. We sometimes have to pivot.
I did that the other day. I did that last night, and then I ended up falling. I twisted my ankle, but I pivoted a little wrong.
I remember the conversation before all of this happened was, this isn't about what you want. This is what's right to do for the city.
Right.
And you have to separate that out sometimes. And I think you showed that on there.
That
you was a little frustrated every once in a while. So
yes. I will also tell you that I pay an accountant. I don't like the numbers. Like, tell me what the big picture is. Like, tell me, what does this look like? Paint these pictures. And how is it going to look to a taxpayer? How is it going to look as a citizen? Yes, we have this great town. We have business. We have created jobs. We have, we've got development going in for people to come and live here. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But there are things that people don't see.
What is that going to cost us to do that? To be able to house all these people, to be able to provide water for all these people? What is that going to cost us as a city, and how is that going to work? And what's the big picture on that? I can see that.
Yeah, it's trying to figure out, okay, how do we continue this? How do we nurture this? How do we continue to grow? Because again, the growth is coming, and what do we do with it?
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of my passion, watching it all happening and implementing it and making sure I want people to still love to come here, and because, well, it took this Dallas girl here and I love it. I'm not going anywhere.
Sure.
So come and join me.
Yeah. Well, we've had the last few years, it's been getting everybody in place for a long run.
Yes.
Okay. And that's where we're at right now.
Yes, I agree.
One of the things that I'll be leaning on, and let me tell you about our council. We got a great council.
Yes.
My left side of the dais, Adam, Dan, and Larry. I'm just all of those guys when they start talking about numbers. And I'm like you. I'm not a detailed person. I'm a bigger picture, and that's perfect because of what I got on the side. Okay.
Right.
And Victoria, now she's on the North Central Texas Council of Governments on the executive board.
Right.
And that group tells TxDOT where to go build the roads.
Right.
She's going to go from the secretary treasurer to the president's seat. And I learned all this from our city manager when he was at Waxahachie or Midlothian. He was living in one and working at the others, but I don't remember which. But anyway, we are in a perfect situation to get our roads done for the next 10 to 15 years if we play it right.
Yes, exactly. And I think you've done an awesome job. And the fact that, and I know this firsthand, my nephew is the county judge, Chris Boedeker. It is pronounced Boedeker.
Does he call you Aunt Alexa?
No, never. Well, and there's kind of, I should probably fill that
Auntie.
in. I'm close to my husband's.
When he first, when I put the two together and I'm looking at him and I'm looking at her like, that's a strange family right there.
Well, no, it's really not.
I resemble that comment.
Well, okay, so I'll throw this in there. My brother-in-law is older than my mom, and my sister-in-law is older than my stepdad, and then my husband is 6 years older than me, but my nephews are the same age as my sister. So, hey.
Most of my nieces and nephews are older than me.
Well, they're all talking.
This sounds like Arkansas.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's just Johnson County. No. But
say anything about Josh.
But that was something I had talked about. I've said for many years, I'm going to run for city council one day, and there are some key people that say it. Yes. Well, so something that you've done, and I know this because other committees that I serve on as well, is my nephew took office January 1st of 2023, and you.
That's Chris Boedeker.
Yes, Chris Boedeker.
County judge.
Chris Fletcher, and Scott Kimball, mayor of Joshua, and Scott Kane. And I apologize, I'm not sure of the names of the other mayors.
Oh, you got Bill Houston in Grandview. You've got Jacob Wheat in Alvarado. And I know the guy in Venus, but I can't ever remember his name. It's a long one. Hispanic.
Godley's had some changes and so on.
And they got a new one. His first name is Chris. He's doing well. Got reelected. He's getting reelected. He's unopposed. All of these guys.
But y'all have all come together because Johnson County as a whole, there's a lot to be proud of. And so watching that symmetry, if you will, and synergy. Let me say synergy, to be able to be a part of something like that. Let's pull us together. Yes, we are Burleson, but we bump right up against Joshua. Our next large town is Cleburne. What can we do? We're all connected, and yes, Burleson is the largest town in Johnson County, but we've all got to be able to work together to make better. So for the road, when you're talking about roadways and so on, guess what? 174, it goes all the way through. Mm-hmm. That was the initial intent of it. But we're all backed up trying to get there.
So what was your push to do it now? What made this now the time for you?
Okay, so I was going to do it 2 years ago, and then my nephew decided to run for county judge. I just thought that could get a little confusing, and I was helping him campaign, and so I waited.
Hey, that's smart. I had a life coach once in business, and he said, whenever you're trying to get things done, if you've got a whole bunch of racehorses lined up, you don't just take one 100 yards and get off and go get another one.
Yes.
And then go 100 yards. You got to go. Then you got to go to the next one. So you get one horse all the way through. That's smart.
Yeah,
well, we've covered hay and horses, so we're doing.
We got hay and horses. Do you want us to keep staying on this menu?
We can stay Western.
I can take it there. She wore her cowgirl hat, so anyway, that synergy is there, and being able, when I decided, I waited. Your question, going back, okay. So your question was why now? Part of it was, I'll be honest, I didn't like the ugly of the past couple of elections.
Sure.
That was one time that I don't think that Burleson was.
A lot of damage has been done.
Yes.
And I think it did damage the city as a whole.
It did.
And,
it truly did.
Caused some division, but I think that Chris has done a good job trying to bring it back together. And that's incredible.
Think one of our initial conversations, I was like, you've got a big job ahead of you because you've got to fix this relationship
first.
Bridge those gaps, and let's
heal
heal. Let's get better. Let's show that we are a kindness matters, that we are.
Man, I miss that saying being everywhere.
Oh,
I
I
love
know.
that I can drive by Bransom's, City Market and still see that every day.
Yes, because that's true. And we used to have this at the sign, Burleson, the city of character. Let's
Yeah.
show that positive character.
Yeah, where'd
Let's
that
work
go? Let's
together.
bring that back.
And we may not all think the same way, but let's see how can we encompass all of that and show that awesome character that, hey, we've got you. This is
We're
your home.
in this together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's real easy. I don't know how to go down this road, but the important thing is if something bad is said about you, you don't have to respond.
Absolutely.
And that's hard to do.
Oh, yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
when I was getting beat up pretty bad, there was some screenshots. I don't get on Facebook hardly, and there was some screenshots being sent to me about what was being put on Facebook. Boy, and I got on that laptop and I was beating that sucker to death.
But did you post or did you say, oh, dang it, delete?
I don't know why I did. I don't know why I didn't hit the send button, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a text from a pastor. This was like 2:00 in the morning. I was mad. 2:00 in the morning, I got a text from a pastor saying, don't respond.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Don't do it. Leave it alone. And that's when I wrote the post. I'm the mayor. I have to set the standard.
Yes, you have to
But
be
that's
the
how
example.
that's how you end the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to Facebook gets on there and they get into these knockdown dragouts that in reality doesn't mean squat.
Exactly. And I had to have a conversation the other day, about because I had to, before I responded, like I have to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Does this affect me? No. Does this affect my business? No. Does it affect my goal that that I'm set to accomplish? No. So you know what? I'm out. I'm not going to respond. I don't want to be a part of it. And, but there are people that'll keep jabbing and jabbing and jabbing. It's like, nope.
It reminds me
doesn't affect
the
me.
Princess Diaries part where the chauffeur Joe talks to the princess and she's having a bad moment. She's crying in the back of the limousine, and he stops and he says, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent, Eleanor Roosevelt."
There you go.
And so you have to allow them to have permission to make you feel bad about yourself or make you feel like they're right or that they have any control over you. We talked about that this morning on the morning show about, not allowing other people's words or your own words that are not lining up with who you know yourself to be, who God called you.
Absolutely.
Who you are. I mean, and that's, you can't allow those words to have any power over you.
And to all of my guy friends out there, all my buddies, to let you know, I've never watched Princess Diaries.
You really should.
It's a great movie.
Someday my granddaughter might say, "Come on, Pops, we're going to watch this." But for right now, I'm not going to.
It's a good one. Just go and look for what is the moral of the story.
I wonder if Tim Davis has ever watched Princess Diaries.
But you don't have to answer to it. If you don't entertain it, they don't have anything they're wanting you to back by.
It ends it real quick.
Yeah,
it does.
I mean, it might drag out for a little while and then bring something else up. And I'm like, wow.
And that was something I learned.
It's hard on your families too.
It is. And being married to a school administrator, God bless him, he has tried for 24 years. Alexa, just shut up. Like, don't respond. Well, there are certain, resident sites that, our name gets thrown out there a lot. My husband is one who is the disciplinarian, at school. He's the one who suspends kids. He does this and that. And our name has been thrown out there many times. And there have been a couple of times, but that's fine. Come on, we're going. And he'll tell me my Dallas side is coming out. It's like, let's go and end it right now. We're going to take care of it. And he's like, settle down. Like, we're just not going to, like, it's okay. Let them hate. So now, like, when I get asked, are you on this side? Are you on this side? Are you on this side? I'm like, no. And mainly because I don't want to feed into it.
Sure.
Like, and sometimes the best response is no response at all.
100%.
So what is your priority? What you jump on board, you're around infrastructure and stuff of that nature. So what's your priorities? What would you like to see done?
What would I like to see to have done? One, the infrastructure, the water, the road traffic, the roadways. That's a major ordeal, and I know that you've already started on that, and I know that Victoria's started on that. I want to come in and help push it further, be a part of it, and let's see what we can do. Because again, we're going to continue to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's accommodate these people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and not kill our residents in the in-between.
Yes.
One of the things that we're trying to do to push the infrastructure, we need to get a hold of Austin, our elected officials, and Adam Russell is going to. I think he's going to head that up. But we plan on taking our mayors to Austin as a group. That the relationships and the other, like the Tarrant Regional Traffic Transportation Coalition, those mayors are on our side, and we're going to have a force to deal with when we walk into their doors up there. So that's how we get it done. Now, the other side of this story is Parker County has taught me a lot. You know, the master
Some
plan
good plans
that Judge
down there.
Judge Boedeker got the master plan for the county going. That was important because really we were acting as individual towns, and we can't act that way with 200,000 people headed our way.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the way that TxDOT is set up, it's divvied out, if you will, by county, correct?
Well, they it's not specific to just counties. It is set up as they want to help as many people with a project as they can. So they call them regional projects.
Okay.
So when we're talking about Johnson County, 174, that's a regional project. Okay. But the difference with Parker County and Burleson is what we make shovel ready. I was under the impression that just the engineering of the road was shovel ready, which we'll get reimbursed for. But Parker County, they get ahead of us because they do the engineering, they purchase the right of way, they move the utilities, and also do their EPA study. They get reimbursed for it. But when TxDOT sees that, well, yeah, we'll do that right now. We don't have to do any of that stuff. And and purchasing the right of ways, which when you have someone in your town getting their land purchased, do you want them to deal with somebody local or somebody out of Austin?
I would want the local person.
Yes, absolutely. We want to treat them fair. We don't want to bully anybody, but we have to get the project done. So anyway, well, it was great having you on here. You got any closing statements?
No, I'm looking forward to this, and look forward to working with y'all on a different level. So, yeah.
You'll be an asset. I'm really proud of the council we have right now. We've gotten a lot of stuff done. City manager, the deputy city managers.
Yes.
All the directors are just phenomenal to work with.
Maybe it was 3 weeks ago, we had the event over at the new annexed office for the Project West, the West Project. That was really incredible. It was neat to see so many citizens that did come out,
get involved
and leave their input. So whoever orchestrated that, they deserve a big pat on the back.
Let's go back to the director of parks. Okay. I saw this program done, and I asked Jen, I said, could you do our parks and get the input from the citizens? And that talking about staff again, she has taken that to a whole new level.
Yes.
And she has tweaked it because we put amenities for the parks that are too expensive. She has found a better way to do that to try to keep the cost under. But you're going to enjoy working with all these people. I really hope you're there.
And thank you for Ronnie Johnson for spending so much time serving our community. Right? Is that that's the spot that he's gonna finally get to relax a little bit, I guess, maybe in life. I mean, he's worked really hard for the city. Terry Twin, all the things.
I actually ran into him when I had not thrown my application in yet, but I ran into him over at Old Town Brewery one day for lunch. And it's like, hey, we need to talk because I want your seat. And he's like, okay, let's talk.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, awesome.
Alexa, thanks for being here.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, nowhere but Texas.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County.